Hey, what's up everyone? Mike here, and today we're doing the massive haul video I've been planning or promising you for a couple weeks now. Unfortunately, things happened, so I wasn't able to record it, but now I have some free time, so I want to get it up. I made sure not to send my FBA shipment specifically for this video, actually, which isn't something I would typically do, but because events really delayed my recording and stuff, I decided just to hold off with my work and recording the video. Anyways, if you're not sure what's going on with me or whatever, I'll put it in like the corner annotation, the information. It'll have like an eye. You can click it. That's the video explaining where I've been for the last 12 days and why this video took so long. Anyways, I want to get right into the haul, talking about what I'm sending to FBA, give you some advice for video games you're looking for, and why I bought these items. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I got a ton of stuff over here, so I'm just going to grab stuff. We'll talk about each item. I'm not going to go in a specific order. There's just like a table full of stuff, and this is only part of what I have. So I have two normal PlayStation 1s here. As you can see in the back, hopefully you can see that. You see how one has the red, yellow, and white ports? Now that's actually considered an audiophile PlayStation 1. This bottom one is just a normal PlayStation 1. If you were to sell these on eBay, you can actually get $10 to $15 more for a PlayStation 1 like this, especially if you have the double-sided component cable. I'm not sure why the audiophile ones are more desirable. I think the way they're set up, you can like hook them up to surround sound or something of that nature, and the normal ones not. Anyways, I only paid a few bucks for these. I consistently get $25 for them, especially if I bundle them. I can get more than that. I always, definitely in Q4, I sell PlayStation 1s right around $25 all the time. You can typically find them at garage sales, flea markets for $10 range, $5 range. I mean, I've gotten lots of 5 of them stacked at a flea market for like 15 bucks before. Most people just want to get them out of the way. So I have 3 of these. These are these V Smiles by VTech or whatever. I got a lot of 3 of these, plus a bunch of VTech games. I want to say like 20-something dollars. These can sell, the FBA price fluctuates a lot, but in the $20 to $30 range, sometimes it drops down really low. Like I seen some at 14. I'm the kind of guy, I'll price it higher and let it sit out, wait it out, and sell them for the higher price, especially with Q4 coming. And they all work. I tested them. They're all in really good condition, and they're nice and light. They're pretty resilient. They're not the kind of thing you're going to ship. They're not going to break or anything. So not a huge score there. I just kind of want to show off some of the standard stuff before I talk about anything big here. I always tell people to look out for this kind of stuff. These are wireless PlayStation 2 controllers, as you can see here. They're the Predator brand. These sell for about $35 a piece. That's without the dongle. With the dongle, you're looking at probably $50 to $75 bill a piece. If you want to make good money, always keep an eye out for wireless retro game controllers. Definitely systems like the GameCube have some that are worth a lot of money. They're a light gray and they're called Wavebird. And they look very similar to these with GameCube buttons, obviously. And if you can get a Wavebird with the dongle in working condition, I've seen them sell as high as $150 for the pair. The controller alone will bring 40, 50 bucks. The dongle will bring between 50 and 70. People pay big money for old wireless controllers because they don't want all the cords in their collection. They don't want all the controllers tangled up. They don't want people tripping over them. So always keep an eye out for wireless controllers for any of the retro systems. This includes Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo. All of these had different versions of wireless controllers at the time. They're all made by third parties, but almost all of them have a much higher value than the standard controller. I've talked about these numerous times. These are Sega's. I've talked about these numerous times. These are Sega Saturn controllers. Now these, I typically get in lots. I don't really look for these individually. They're hard to find actually. But you can sell these as high as $60 to $70. I've gotten $70 for one controller before on FBA. Standard price, you're looking at the $40 to $50 range. And then there's a different version of the controller here. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. This one's selling for about 35 bucks. And then here we have the Sega Saturn 3D controller, and this is selling for like the $35 range as well. It's actually a pretty cool controller. I've never seen this before in retro systems, but if you pop the top, the cord actually comes out and you can clean it out. I'm not sure what I don't know, advantage this has. I'm not sure if this goes into a different type of controller as well. I'm assuming there's other attachments of some sort. Now I have a copy of Guitar Hero 1 here. Typically I won't send in cheap games. However, this is, everything inside's in mint condition, and there wasn't many FBA competing offers for whatever reason. Maybe they were selling quickly. And I think I can get like a $10 bill for it. I got it for free actually. I got it with this other thing I'm going to show you. Sega Saturn system. It's modded. It has the import chip in it, so you know, you can play imported games. I listed it like that. I explained there's the import chip in it. I have it listed at $199 just for the console only with AV and power cables. Here I have a Wii. You know, I don't have the box for it, but everything else is here, including all the manuals and stuff like that. I consistently send Wii bundles in, like often, and I will always price them and make sure the outside's not completely beat to shit. Sometimes you're missing this tray on the side, not a huge deal, but I consistently send these in FBA in bundles with everything with them for $75 to $120 range, and they sell really well all the time. I've posted on my Facebook page bundles I've sold like that. Now here's where I got Guitar Hero 1. I have this Guitar Hero 2 complete in the box, mint condition, like seriously mint condition. And Guitar Hero 1 was in here with it, so I just decided to send it in. It was basically free. I think this is listed over $50. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. But I know I listed it like new. Disc is mint. The actual guitar strap is still sealed or bundled, and everything just looks phenomenal. It all works perfectly. I tend not to send in Guitar Hero guitars unless they are an expensive model. Like there's some like Les Paul custom ones that are really nice, and they can go as high as $100 or whatever. I tend not to send them in unless they're one of those or if they're complete in the box. Otherwise, a lot of times it's not worth your money. Even though shipping to Amazon is cheap, you have to understand that's oversized storage. If it doesn't sell right away, you're going to get charged fees. So I only send in guitars that I think are going to bring in a decent amount of money. So I got some awesome pickups here. I got a lot of these from a Facebook group actually. Zelda Ocarina of Time soundtrack, sealed, paid $15, selling for about $50. Psychonauts, complete in the case, I guess. Nice condition, black label, looking at $40 range. Got Bugs here for Sega Saturn. Road Rash. WWF In Your House. All of these are like the $20 to $35 range. They're all complete. They're all in decent condition. The cases do have some cracks. One of the main issues with Saturn cases is this plastic is really brittle. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like right along there, there'll be cracks. Here's a game I've found multiple times over the years now, and for cheap. This is Dragon Ball Z Budokai is Tenkaichi, I think how you say it, or Tenkaichi 3. This is worth $75 to $100. Complete black label edition. Fantastic overall. I think I'm going to list it at like $120 and let it sit. See if I can get someone to pay $120. I've sold one merchant fulfilled for $70 already. I got number 2 as well, and then the original as well. The number 2 is looking at like $35, $40 range. Number 1, $20 range. But number 3, for whatever reason, just knocks it out of the park. You're looking at like a good $75, $100 bill every time. I always preach to people, keep an eye out for special controllers. This is just a dual shock controller, but I sell these for about $15 to $20 through FBA. But then here I have like a rare red PlayStation 1 controller. I've sold multiple of these on eBay over the years for like $20, $30. The price has dropped a lot. I'm not sure why. For whatever reason, the price has gone down. But that's the red one's listed at like $22 on FBA, I believe. And then we have like standard PlayStation 1 controllers. These are, you know, you're looking at $15 bill, $14.95 range is what it fluctuates around. Sometimes it goes down as low as 10, sometimes it's as high as 20. You know, there are competing sellers there, but it's pretty good price range. A lot of people don't realize these are worth money. If you have the silicone sleeves for Wii, and actually the Wii model, let's say Wii here on the back. I don't know if that's focusing for you guys or not. But sets of 2 of these are selling for between $6 and $11 depending. And they're super light, super easy to ship in. I get tons of them in, so I send tons of sets in, and they always make a profit. It might not be huge, but I have them laying around, so I'd rather get them out of my way than just throw them out. 2 Sega Genesis consoles. We have, these are Core 2s, I believe. Yeah, these are definitely Core 2s. These sell for $20 to $35 range. If you can find stuff and bundle them, you can get upwards of 50, 60 bucks. You have to keep an eye out because these side trays are often missing, so make sure you note that in your listing. These are tested, they're working, they're doing great. We got Action Replay here for the Saturn, if you guys can see that. No, it's glaring a little. You can see it came from an FBA seller previously. $40 right there. Just like that simple, $40 bill. You know, this works with the modded Saturns, and it lets you play all kinds of different games. We have some Sega Saturn blasters. These are like 25 bucks a piece. They're the Cobra light guns. I had one at FBA already, an orange one or a red one. It sold right away. The 2 blue ones, I think they'll sell pretty quickly. I think they actually look nicer than the other colors. Very similar to the Action Replay Game Shark for the Sega Saturn. Like a $30 bill right there. Silver PSP, really good condition. I know the screen looks scratched, but that's actually the case that's glaring. I think I have this listed with some cables, which I don't have on my table, for like close to 100 bucks. I paid like 20 bucks for it. So really good turnaround there. Great sales rank. Really nice case as well. Black PSP. I have the cables for that as well. This is more like the $65 range, I believe. Nice working condition. Really nice screen as well. This is a controller that attaches to your cell phone and lets you play video games through an app, but control your cell phone games with the controller buttons. This is actually selling for like 35 bucks. It came in a junk box, like extra stuff. I bought a lot of controllers off eBay, and a guy shipped me a bunch of extra junk he didn't want, and this was in there. Works and sells for good money. Then I have some sealed copies of Mass Effect 2. I paid like under $1 a piece for these through a local wholesaler I know. Really nice guy, owns it, independently owned business. He liquidates all kinds of games to me, which really helps with FBA recently. Sealed, I have maybe about 40 copies. They're selling for right around 10 bucks each. Through that, guys, where I got these also. These are like Naruto trading cards. You're looking at the selling price between $7 and $11, but I paid like 20 cents a piece for these or something. It was like very, very cheap. Really high sales rank, but they should sell over time. Also from there, I cherry picked some CDs. Sometimes they sell CDs at that local wholesaler. All these CDs are selling for more than a $10 bill. I made sure I wouldn't buy them unless they're selling for 10 bucks or more. I think this one is like up in the 20s. And then I have a Japanese import Sega Saturn game. I want to say this is selling for like 35. A couple games everyone should know if you're buying video games. Super Mario All-Stars, of course, fantastic game. Probably 40 bucks through FBA around Christmas, maybe even higher. Zelda: A Link to the Past, absolutely phenomenal game, super sought after. Christmas season, you might be looking at upwards of 60 for that game. Last Christmas season, it went through the roof. And then Super Street Fighter 2, 15, 20 buck range. I got a ton of PSP games that with the PSPs I was showing you guys. Now all the games here range between like $7 and $20 a piece. Altogether, there are about 15 of them, so you know, a couple $100 right there in just PSP games. Also, if you guys notice I keep looking down, it might look weird on camera. It's because I have a screen that replays my video output, like what you guys are seeing, and it plays it in front of me so I can see where I'm at in the framing. And I look down a lot when I'm doing like haul videos. That's why I used to sit at a table, because then I know I'm in frame. When I'm moving around, I could easily be out of frame, so I have to keep looking down to make sure I'm in frame. People complain about this, but I'm just looking at the screen. It's not a big deal. Here are a couple more games I get from the local wholesaler. Diner Dash. You guys can see that. Diner Dash. I pay very little for these, like 75 cents. They sell for about 10 bucks. I got like 25 copies. And then Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory. I paid like a little over $1 for the Chaos Theories. I think I have like 15 of them, and they're selling for the $10 range also. These I actually got from free. I need to clean them off though. They're sealed VHS tapes. They're selling for between $7 and $15 a piece. Thing is, not big profit there after fees, but they were free, so I'm just going to send them in with this shipment. More PSP games. These are all complete in the box. Some of these are selling upwards of 30 bucks, some as low as 15. Overall, really nice profit considering both PSPs, all the games I showed you, I paid like 50, 60 bucks for, really cheap. What will my haul video be without a silver PlayStation? You know I found another one. With a controller, I got the hookups. Looking at 120 bucks, 140 bucks. I paid $42 for it. Sega Genesis controllers, like a $17.95. I've had these listed for ages. I've sent in probably 30 plus. All of them have sold. Hitman sealed. Paid like $1 a piece for them. Looking at, I think, $11 a piece they're selling on FBA. Lego Racers. Paid like 75 cents a piece. I think these are listed at close to 13 brand new. Alright, we're going to start getting out of video games here. I have some other stuff I wanted to show you guys. I do snipe other things besides video games. A couple Star Trek action figures. I believe these two, I had 4 of them total. These two were the only two that sold for like the $15 range. The other two were really cheap, so I'm just going to auction those off on eBay. We're getting pretty weird here. These are like lifetime records. We got Mozart. This one is brand new, but it's not sealed. It's still selling for like 100 bucks, completely mint. And then this one is sealed. This is a different set. Looking at another 100 bucks or so. And the crazy part was, I got both of those for like $40 shipped. Pretty cool here. Official Scarface action figure. These things are really expensive. Brand new, sealed. It's selling for over $100. I paid like $14 for it shipped. No one was bidding on it. Whoever listed it wasn't paying attention. This is not the kind of thing people are searching to bid on all the time. Scarface, you know, it's a pop culture thing, Scarface is, but the thing is, it's not super popular anymore to the point that you're going to be able to get a huge inflation of bids on your auction. Microsoft LifeCam. Honestly, I don't remember what this sells for new. I want to say it was quite a bit. I paid like 10 bucks for it shipped. This was something I thought I would make a lot on, and then I realized the price wasn't that high. I bought a lot of John Cena stuff. I'm going to auction most of it off on eBay. This is a brand new sealed action figure. Only selling for like $15 to $20, as nice as that is. I got some Virgin mobile phones. Brand new, all of them non-restricted category on Amazon. 2 of these sell for $20 a piece. One sells for $60. I paid like $22 for all 3 of them shipped. RC battery. Paid like 10 bucks for it, selling for like 28 brand new. Here's one of the better finds I got. Paid $36 for a older version of iPod out of manufacturer's date. You know, these are no longer made, this version of it. There's very few competitors at all on Amazon. Last one sold for $160. So looking at turning 30 into a solid 150 bucks right there. Here's one of my better scores in a long, long time. The box is all fucked up, but it doesn't really matter because it's complete and whoever bought it really didn't use it. It's a renewable energy demonstration set like you would use in science class. Selling brand new for about $250 to $300. This is in like new condition minus the box, so I have to list it as used, you know. But I'm still looking at about $175 to $200. I did not pay very much for it. I can't think off the top of my head, but it was like, you know, it was like under 50 bucks or something. It was a really low amount. And then a few random things. I got a few VTech controllers. These sell about $10 to $15 a piece. An older Radio Shack modulator. These were selling for like 20 something dollars, and this was just in a random box of stuff I found. So that's kind of the gist of it. I have a lot more stuff, but this was the main stuff I wanted to show and talk about. As always, if you have questions, make sure to leave them down below. I answer all the questions. So video game wise, I can answer questions for you out the wazoo. I could really help with that stuff. Some of the other stuff, when I snipe, I just find keywords that help. I'll look for things that are brand new, like so I'll use the search word brand new, and I'll compare prices like right there when I'm sniping. Video games, I know what they're worth typically. I'll just snipe on stuff. When I'm looking at the other stuff, it's a little bit slower. But if I find good deals like the iPod and stuff, I'm not going to pass that up. It's not something that I feel is worth passing up. So now, this is a decent size haul, but I have a lot more stuff, and I just want to show you a cut. We're going to cut to my extras, because I always talk about having extras after I buy video games. Basically, all this stuff comes in. What you just seen is what made the cut for FBA, and it's about 2/3 of what's going to FBA, actually. I have a whole nother table stacked full of stuff. It's not stuff I want to show on camera right now, because it needs organized a little more, and I'm really finalizing the shipment. Plus, I just don't think it's worth the time to show. I want to kind of talk about the main table full of stuff I had taken photos of already and showed on Facebook. Now, if you guys like this kind of video, let me know. If you want it more in detail, like where I'm going through, you know, sitting down and going through each and every PSP game, let me know. I didn't do that for time's sake. I bet this video is already going to be 25-30 minutes long, but if you like that better, then we can do that format. I don't do many haul videos actually, but it's something that we can work on a little more. Anyways, we're going to cut over. I'm going to show you extras, explain that a little bit to you so you guys can get a good understanding of what the other process of stuff happens, because this is not even near all the video games that came in. This is what made the cut. All right, so this is where things get a little crazy here, and I want to explain further because you won't really understand how crazy this is until I explain the time frame a little better. Anyways, this is just a basket full of controllers and accessories that I accumulated with all that FBA stuff, right? Now, some of this stuff is older than previous times, and I'll explain that in a minute. But controllers, accessories. Here, this entire box is just games. All of it. It's games that I consider not FBA-able, right? Like, I don't think these are worth sending to FBA. A lot of these games aren't worth a lot of money. But there's probably 100 games in here, or 100 games and DVDs, you know? Over here, this is all cables. That entirely, I mean, look how deep that box is. This is all cables accumulated in this time, and then game systems right here. A couple Wii's, a PlayStation, and 2DS. Now, here's the thing that's crazy about this. All this stuff accumulated here, for the most part, I mean, there's a few outliers here, like this controller shell I've had for a long time. For the most part, this stuff is within 10 days, 2 weeks or so. About 10 days. Everything you've seen me source over there that's going to FBA, that was all sniped within 10 days. This was all accumulated in that time. So then, like, I'll take the stuff in here and create auction lots and auction it off on eBay to make extra income off those lots. So the FBA income you see is not the total income. And then some of these, like official adapters and stuff, can sell for big money. So then I have to go through here and make sure that's what I want to do with these, or if they're going in the trash, I got to throw them out. And then we have consoles, and are these tested? Are they working? Like, these two work, but these two don't. So I have to decide what to do with the extras, and this is what I mean. And if this isn't within 10 days, imagine over the course of a year how much stuff I build up and need to sell. And here's a good example over here. Like, this entire basket is manuals, right? But what's crazier is boxes, manuals, 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 and more manuals. That's how many video game manuals I have saved over the course of the last year or so just doing this. And to show you what else I got going on, over here, this is clothing that needs listed or photographed, stuff that might need tested, might go to FBA, a package that's not checked in. I'm so far behind. If you look up here, this stack of papers is supposed to be on this wall for all the lots I've sniped, but I haven't done paperwork this week yet. Clothing that needs listed. And then this is stuff that is listed on Amazon or has listings on eBay, I'm sorry, or has listings created that I need to take care of as well. So a little bit behind right now, but I got a ton of stuff going on and I got a ton of stuff to sell. So I just wanted to show you guys extras. This is what I mean. This is just extra controllers and shit that you got to find something to do with. So I auction them off in lots. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this was the haul video you guys all wanted, because I got so many questions about it while I was away. I apologize about the delay, but it is finally here. I'll try to be more detail oriented in the future. However, with a lot this big, if I get too far in detail, the video ends up being an hour, hour and a half long. I don't know that anyone has the time for a haul video that long. So I try to wrap it up as much as I can. Anyways, if you want to support the channel, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to directly support me, you can purchase right through the Amazon affiliate link down below. Everyone that's been doing that, I appreciate it so much. It's humbling, the amount of people that have helped support me. I really do appreciate all the support from the bottom of my heart. So thank you guys so much. And on top of that, if you've never seen me before and for whatever reason you're still watching, I mostly sell video games on Amazon FBA. I sell video game lots on eBay. I've been selling games for a lot of years now, and it's really kind of my specialty. So if you're interested in selling video games on these platforms, definitely check out some of my other videos and subscribe, because I promise nothing but great content all around there. And with that being said, if you're still watching this video, get your ass to work, go sell some shit. I'll see you guys very soon.